Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. I was almost gonna say Monday because yesterday my dad was home. We did all the Sunday sort of things. I felt like more yesterday, like weekend stuff. So I felt like yesterday the weekend ended. No, it's Tuesday today. I almost said Friday. It is Tuesday. So, yeah, because I got so much stuff, I felt like outside, taking care of all that bird stuff. I mean, I did a ton of bird feeder refilling and cleaning up in the backyard and things like that too yesterday, because I had to take down some of the hanging baskets to hang up the new feeders that I only put out normally in fall, winter time. Because we had to get new ones for the back because of the squirrels that are squirrel proof ones. And then where I normally hang the hanging baskets, the squirrels can't really get to there anyway, so I can hang the other bird feeders, but it doesn't make sense to do that in the summertime because the birds sort of wind up going a little crazy and a little overboard. And I feel like too, sometimes when it's really hot out too, the only birds that we ever attract are sparrows and blackbirds, and that's it. And so in the summertime, so I don't feel like feeding those birds and attracting them anyway. I'd rather attract some of the other more fun and unique and interesting birds than the sparrows that I see all the time. The finches, that was actually the only bird I saw today after all my hard work yesterday. I know it's going to take a little bit of time to get them to start coming back, but out of all my hard work yesterday, I kept checking at the feeders. I was like, oh, are there any birds out there? I saw a sparrow, or not a sparrow, I saw a finch in the backyard right next to the bird sanctuary where all the feeders are. It was eating sunflower seeds off the sunflowers that were still there. I was like, if you just look a little harder, you'd see that there was all those bird feeders I just hung up and there's sunflower seeds in there. So, but I had taken down all of the hanging baskets, not all of them. There's a couple that were not dead yet because I wasn't that good about watering them at certain points in the year too. And so there was a handful of them, at least 3, that I ended up pulling all the dead stuff out of, and then took all of the dirt and actually dumped it into the garden beds, the vegetable garden beds, to have extra dirt in there because it's good, we'll top it off sort of, but then we never do it again the next year. And so when it rains and everything like that is when we notice it drastically goes down and we need more dirt in there. So I'm gonna also do that. I have to add compost to it as well, because there's 2 beds sort of that are open right now that don't have anything in it, because it had lettuce that's coming back and also had the potatoes, and we pulled all that stuff out. Although the lettuce is coming back, but I can put a layer of compost over it. If it kills the lettuce, it kills the lettuce. I don't care. We'll just replant it again next year. And there's not very much. And by the time, lettuce too is weird, will last because it's a leafy vegetable, will actually last. That and kale. I know kale is a really good winter crop. It actually really likes, and spinach likes to have it actually when it's really cold. It'll actually survive several frosts as well, was actually what I was reading. And I never had kale that actually lasted that long, but my lettuce keeps coming back because it keeps seeding and keeps coming back, which is good, I guess. But it is I just keep getting lettuce, and I haven't gotten any kale or the spinach back either. So I need to, like I said, I'm going to put compost in at least those 2 beds, but again, I need to top some of it off with a little bit more soil just because, again, it is so, drastically, from the rain and everything like that. It's, like I said, the level's a little bit lower. Some of the older beds though are actually holding pretty well. They don't need to really be topped off anymore, but like I said, the newer ones that we just put in, I've noticed that they've started to, like I said, go down a little bit just because the dirt's so fluffy and fresh and everything like that. I feel like when we first put the bags of dirt on, in the raised beds, but then once again it starts raining and stepping on it and planting things and stuff like that in there, and like I said, you definitely notice it's a little bit more a little lower. So, and we didn't fill them completely super high either, so that's why whatever was left in those hanging baskets, I just put the dirt, which was mainly it has perlite in it, so to help irrigate the sort of the soil and stuff like that too, and mix that in there. So I did that yesterday too, but like I said, the one thing I did want to get to was doing the compost and putting it in those beds, but I didn't end up getting to that and sort of mixing it in with the soil. So yeah, but then I didn't wake up very early today, so I didn't wind up getting to that. And I didn't wind up getting to a whole ton. And two, I was a little tired. Like, I was on my feet like almost all day yesterday. I felt like just because I couldn't sit down for more than about like 20 minutes because of having to switch out all the birdseed that I kept baking yesterday too. So like, I mean, I get like, again, like maybe about 20 minutes to sit down, and then I have to go get back up and go and take care of the next batch of birdseed. And that was pretty much like almost all day. Like, it was before 3 o'clock because my dad was helping me before he left for football, so it was maybe around like 1 or 2 o'clock up until, I think I started like around the time we got back from the grocery stores, all the way up until like probably about 8 o'clock at night. So it was probably seven hours worth of birdseed cooking, and that's probably about like 14 or so batches in total, since I do it every half hour. So somewhere close to there, but yeah, it was, like I said, a lot. And again, I didn't get much time to like really like sit down or anything like that. So I was a little tired today, so I ended up editing today, so that was something I could do without having to go be up doing anything. But also too, like I said, I sort of forgot that it was Tuesday, so like today I'm like, oh, I can get back onto my like routine and my schedule and stuff like that. I hadn't filled out my planner on Sunday like I wanted to, so I was like, oh, I can do it for today. But then I was like, well, Monday's already over. Today's Tuesday. It's like, I guess I could set it up for like sort of today and like the rest of the week, but I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. I might still wind up doing it. It's actually sort of earlier tonight. I'm going to bed a little earlier than I did last night. And I also made my Menards list already for the grocery store, or, you know, to go shopping there at Menards like this weekend. And that was sort of all I felt like I ended up really getting to today. And I also watched the Hawks game, but I don't know why I felt tired today. Maybe it was because I didn't get a lot of sleep on Sunday night going into yesterday, just because I went to bed, I felt like, late on Sunday. I also went to bed late on Saturday, but like, or yeah, Saturday night into Sunday, but I sort of slept in on Sunday. I just felt like though I never ended up getting a lot of sleep over this weekend, so I felt very like, even though I slept today like pretty well, I felt very tired. So maybe that was also like getting too much sleep tonight, I felt like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping I can get up early tomorrow. But all in all, like I said, I'm hoping to get my little birdie friends back. And I told you guys too how probably this weekend I'd like to make that platform feeder for the front yard, because we had like, it was just a reused like little tray, but it wasn't like weather treated or anything like that. We just sprayed it with like spray paint and we put it out there. It looked nice and cute, but it quickly, like over the winter, by the start of spring, it had already fallen apart. Because again, it was not used for outdoors. So I want to actually make a platform feeder that we can actually put outside for the birds to be able to come and eat on, you know, and put like, you know, treats and stuff like that out there for them, because it attracts a lot of the bigger birds. Like, I have nothing, and the doves are hilarious. We have this one little bird feeder that is like a log cabin, and around the like outside sort of is like a little tiny platform, but it's like mainly like the log cabin part, and the bird seat all fits inside, like you put it in through the roof. It's really cute. And then, like I said, the outside sort of like platform, it's only maybe like about that much, like about an inch or two, and the doves, which are pretty big sized birds, they walk around the outside of it, and like half the time they got their wings like up like this along like the actual like log cabin, because they can't like, and they're trying to like eat the birdseed off there, but there's nowhere else for them to like eat. Like, they won't perch on like the small little like cylinder bird feeders, which is a lot of what we have, and like I said, that's the only one that they can kind of fit on, and it's really sad. So like some of the bigger birds, like those, the blue jays, even the cardinals too, because they won't get on any of the like I said, the cylinder feeders really either. They normally like the longer perch. So we have one other one that's in the backyard. There's a squirrel proof one, and the cardinals normally will wind up sometimes eating out of those, but a lot of the other ones, like I said, some of the bigger birds are too big for the feeders that we have, so I really want to use that one for the, like I said, the bigger birds. And like I said, the blue jays loved eating off there, and that's where we can actually like put peanuts down and stuff like that, like full peanuts, which the blue jays absolutely love. And that was actually how I attracted a lot of them, or just the one jay. And then like I said, that random time I saw 5 of them all in the front yard at once. Maybe it was his family, I don't know. That was actually how I ended up attracting them at first to the yard, was doing like big peanuts. And so I know that they're not like the most like friendly, they're sort of like a bully bird, I guess, but I really, like I said, I have not had an issue with them, and they actually seem kind of standoffish. It's funny because like when I would see, like I said, the one in the backyard, he'd literally take the like the peanut or whatever, and maybe it was more of like a juvenile or something like that, I don't know, but he'd take the peanuts, and then if there were other birds around, he'd normally take it and go up onto the roof of our neighbor's garage. And this one time he was up there, the peanut kept rolling down the roof, so he kept going after it and chasing it, and then like, and it keep like bouncing, you know, so then it wind up in the lawn. He'd go down in the lawn, go and pick it up and bring it back up to the top of the roof. Like, he always wanted to be by himself. He wasn't really, like I said, like a bully, like would try and like fight the other birds for food, but sometimes like in desperate situations they will like eat young of other birds, is one of the things I've heard. And so, but they're also good for actually warning when hawks are in the area to other birds, because I guess the sound that they mimic, it sounds like hawk, like a hawk, and so it actually scare the other birds into thinking that there's a hawk in the area if they see it. So like it's their warning sort of, I guess, and it will actually like, they're sort of like, I guess, like the first line of defense in the forest, I guess, which I think, and my mom has always said this, they probably live down the park like 2 blocks down the street from us, because she's seen them there a lot, and so we've probably attracted them over. But I don't know, because I didn't do anything over the summer, and I haven't done anything since last fall to even try and attract them, if I will get any at all this year, you know, or really before like the start to next spring or anything like that, or even during the winter, I don't know. And like I said too, it is hard because like the platform feeder last year was tough to keep filled just because there'd be snow on it a lot. And so what I wanted to do was do like a plexiglass sort of roof on the top of it to keep both the rain a little bit and also like the snow, if at all possible, like sort of off of the actual like platform. So it's not going to be anything super huge because the post that we have isn't huge, but I wanted to make something. And like I said, I sort of came up with like a plan over some things that I've seen like on Pinterest and some ideas. But like I said, we'll have to see. I sort of want to do it mesh too, so that if anything, if it does wind up raining or whatever, it won't like soak the seeds in and then get all over it and then have to like scrape them off or anything like that, because when seeds get wet, sometimes they get really weird and gross, so that the rain like drains through, or water, and it doesn't just build up on it. So I wanted to do a mesh screen at the like bottom of the platform sort of, and then do more of like a T shape or something like that, like crisscrossing to actually hold the screen, and then do like sides around it, and this way too it'll keep it light so that we don't have a ton of weight on there, and then do like a little thing maybe on the side somehow to hold up the roof, and then do like a plexiglass roof. I'd like to do that. I don't know if that will be at all possible, or even to like, you know, wood roof, but I thought a plexiglass would be maybe a little bit better. The only thing is I wouldn't want the birds flying into it. So I don't know how that wind up working out, but could always get like little like at our church actually they used to have like birds sort of like those things that stick to the window, sort of like window clings that were like bird shaped, to let them know not to fly into the windows, because there is, in the basement they had these like huge big windows and they have problems with birds flying into them all the time. So they had all of these little like window cling sort of stick thingies that were black, like cut out, so it looked like a bird's shadow, so they knew not to fly into it. And so it actually, I believe, prevented that from happening. Like as far as I can remember, I never, and we were at our church a lot, like I don't ever remember seeing any birds ever flying into it. But apparently it used to be a really big problem like a long time ago before they had that. So yeah, like I said, that could be something possibly to like do something like sort of maybe like a darker cutout or something like that. Or even too, they might just not fly into it at all. That would be nice. Or even doing just a darker color or something like that. I don't know, but like I said, these were my thoughts. We might just have to go with wood, but I don't want them to like not see it and not realize what's there too at the same time. But I want something to maybe keep it like I said, protected from the elements. So all in all, we will see. Those are my plans. But like I said, I'm hoping to get my birds back soon. I saw one, but like I said, I was eating something that was already out there anyway, which is good. I'd rather have them, like I said, forage for like food, you know, in the wild than have to eat bird seed that I've put out for them, because not always the most reliable. But like I said, just, you know, like I want to see them back. And so anyways, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, love if you subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.